Now getting to the hard part, the part where you make an offer and wait anxiously for a response. In a buyer's market, any competitive offer will be a welcome sight to the sellers. In a seller's market, however, making an effective offer is about standing out from the other buyers. Let's see what advice Jeff has for getting your offer prepared, submitted, and noticed.
Whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, there's an art to making a competitive offer that makes sellers notice but also protects your interests. Here are some of my go-to strategies. First, work with your real estate agent to evaluate comparable listings in the area. This will help you determine the right amount to offer. A good rule is that the more competitive the market, the closer to asking price you should be. Second, know how to time your offer. When the housing market is extremely competitive, getting into contract quickly is key. If a listing has been on the market for a while and isn't moving, however, you might have a little more leeway to drive a hard bargain. Third, use the 99-cent rule in reverse. Sellers use just below pricing to make things seem cheaper. That's why retailers price items at $1.99 instead of $2. And it's why sellers list homes at $299,000 instead of $300,000. As a buyer, you can make your offer stand out by rounding up. Offer $300,000 instead of $299, or $310,000 instead of $309. Fourth, offer cash if you can. Not having a mortgage will make the sale much more efficient for you and the seller. Often, sellers will accept a lower cash offer than a higher financed one because there are fewer fees and the process is faster and easier. Fifth, wait for a response from the seller. It's the worst part, but obviously necessary. Don't get too anxious while playing this waiting game. Sixth, move on to the next steps. If your offer is accepted, you're ready to finalize financing and get a home inspection. Or 7, try again. If the seller declines or counteroffers and you still want to buy the home, come up with a more attractive offer and resubmit. Make sure you can comfortably afford your counteroffer. If the seller wants more than you can reasonably pay, you need to be ready to continue your home search. The same advice applies if you find yourself in a bidding war. It can be intense, but be sure to keep your cool and not blow your budget. Work with your realtor to figure out how to best navigate this tricky terrain. And 8th, avoid common deal breakers. For the best shot at landing your dream home, you need to know where the landmines are. Common deal breakers can include too many contingencies, asking for personal property, and demanding a fast closing date. Work with your real estate agent to craft an offer that shows you're willing to compromise.
During the offer stages, there are several terms thrown around like mortgage escrow and contingency clause. Let's get some definitions, starting with earnest money deposit.
An earnest money deposit is the sum you put down when you go to contract but before you close on your home. This money goes towards the purchase price of the home. In most cases, you get the money back if the deal falls through, but it may not be refundable if you, as the buyer, back out of the deal. Your offer outlines all the reasons the deal can be terminated while still allowing you to get this money back. In other words, you don't really need to budget for an earnest money deposit since it's not a separate expense. But it is something you should absolutely be aware of. A contingency clause specifies a window of time in which the buyer must obtain financing to purchase the home. If the buyer doesn't secure a loan by that deadline, they can withdraw from the deal without penalty, and the seller can put their home back on the market and choose a different buyer. Contingency clauses protect buyers by allowing you to inspect the property before closing and pull out if issues are found. Mortgage escrow accounts are a way to manage your property tax payments and homeowners insurance premiums. If your mortgage includes an escrow account, your mortgage lender will collect these payments on a monthly basis as part of your mortgage payment, hold them in the account, then pay the bills automatically on your behalf. By holding your property tax and homeowners insurance payments in escrow, your lender ensures that these bills are paid on time, avoiding penalties like late fees or potential liens against your property. Establishing a mortgage escrow account often requires a few months' worth of property tax payments and premiums up front at the time of closing.
Last but not least, it's time to talk about home appraisals. See you over in our next lesson to learn all the ins and outs.